It's been some time since y'all been on the show, so you can either catch us up about what you've been up to or your week. What's been going on?
Why been so long for us to be on the show? Do you not get ratings when I'm on the show, or?
Look, booking and scheduling with the show, it's a full-scale production now. Okay. It's not just that little fun show that it used to be, back in the day. So yeah, but I did want to tell y'all something. This is just a little funny thing. I was listening to this podcast, His Mama, Her Son podcast. And it's a mother-son podcast with Brandon and Miss Vicky. And she asked the question, do you pray over leftovers? Assuming that you prayed over it before.
Right.
Brandon said that it was that's like God's junk mail. Like, he don't check those prayers because you already did it. I wanted to get, I guess that's just what I wanted to throw into locker room talk.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think two things matter. The first thing matter is, did you pray on it the first time? Because if you pray on it the first time, you don't need to keep praying it's blessed. But also, how long it's been in there? How long has it been a leftover? Because some people don't know how to let stuff go. And then you eat something that's been in there for 3 weeks and you get sick. So that'd be the time to pray over it.
Right. Okay. I see what you said. But see, the first time is the prayer. The second time is the thank you. So it's not really a prayer. It's more of a thank you prayer. So you got it every time. Every time you eat it, even if it's 4 days, definitely if it's too long, you need to pray and be thankful. So that's when you double it up when it's been too long.
All right. Well, what's been going on with you, Jessica, with your art and everything? I know we shared a video where you are being featured in the Weather Vane gallery and Suma Hospital. You got 3 pieces there, and one of them is sold. So you want to catch people up as far as like what you've been up to with your art, your canvases, resin, all of that?
Well, since the beginning of this year, I just began so many great opportunities. I want to say in January is when Suma reached out to me, and they only wanted to select it I think they wanted one painting per submission, but I end up sending 3, and she ended up getting back to me we want all 3. We want all 3. So that was dope. And then the first day that they did their exhibit, I was one of the people whose painting sold for the first day. So that was really exciting. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we cannot go to the exhibit, but a lot of nurses and doctors get to walk through it and, things like that. So I was really blessed to hear that. And then I had an opportunity for the Weather Vane. The Weather Vane is currently doing the Color Purple, the musical.
Yes.
So I did some artwork that kind of pertained to it, African kind of style, representing our ancestors. Wakanda for life. Did I do it real? So that was nice too. I think I got 3 pieces there. So I've been just creating. I love the fact that I could just do what I want to do. I'm not no one's making me do something. So I'm just being creative in my own little way, and people are liking it, and I am appreciating the support in the bus.
Okay. Yeah. I've just been growing the show, trying to focus on this. Also the heat press business, the t-shirts, Inspire Apparel.
I inspire.
Yes. My health journey is just still an ongoing thing. The gym, eating right. It's getting hard. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's getting hard. It's just I'm starting to, I think, plateau as far as weight loss, but I am starting to build muscle, and it's just, I just got to stay encouraged during this time. But other than that, stuff is pretty much good. Shelly Beans, you want to tell us anything before we go to this hot topic?
I want to say though, before we move on from you and your journey, you guys been doing amazing. He's a true inspiration. He found out he had diabetes, and now he's almost in the clear. Of course, he's gonna have diabetes the rest of his life, but he's so much in the clear. He made this change in less than a year, and that most people ain't doing that. Your weight loss journey is amazing. I gotta keep reminding him that you are losing weight. We can tell. So he need to really like pat himself on the back. He's a true inspiration. His doctors go crazy for him. Like he's doing amazing. So don't downplay it. You've been doing great.
Thank you.
Aww.
Oh my God.
Both of y'all have been doing great. Super amazing. And I can't wait for y'all to put out a book about both of y'all journeys. I'll definitely be the first one to read it. But no, nothing that exciting. I cannot follow up to that. I don't have anything like that exciting going on. I am also at a plateau in my weight loss journey though, Chris, so I totally get it. And to hear how well you're doing is definitely motivational. So I'll make sure I get back on it too.
Yeah. All right. Y'all ready for some hot topics, Bus?
Yes.
Definitely.
All right.
Does somebody got to make a bus noise? Isn't that how it goes?
I usually add it in later.
Okay.
But first we have Russia has attacked and occupied a nuclear power plant in Ukraine. Have y'all been following this Ukraine stuff? It is getting crazy.
You're forced. I know, right? But you're forced to follow it sometimes. You know, it's over everything.
Yeah, over 1 million refugees have fled Ukraine, and it's a lot of different countries and businesses that's sanctioning Ukraine to where pretty much their ruble, their dollar, has lost 40% of its value. So they're pretty much broke and they're hurting. Like that's the point of sanctions, to cripple them financially to get them to do what you need them to do. And
that's so sad.
Yeah, so it's like Vladimir Putin is just like on a suicide mission for itself, you know, kind of thing. But an interesting thing that came out of it, because I was trying to find something with a little bit of light, maybe Pornhub has blocked access to Russia.
That's your light. That's your light.
It's something. It's news that's happening. It is news.
That's the light news you want to tell everybody.
I'm just saying, because usually it's like big oil companies or whole countries stopping shipping crates and all that. But Pornhub said, no, we gonna hit them where it hurt. We gonna help out. You know? We gonna help out.
So wait. Explain how that works. Can you not watch Russian videos, or you cannot get on Pornhub in Russia? I need to know.
You can if you are in Russia, you do not have access to the Pornhub website.
Wow. Gotcha. Okay. So you can still watch Russian porn if you wanted to.
Yes, you can.
If anybody wanted to. Gotcha.
Okay, just to get that clear. Okay.
Yeah, just want to. Okay. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Already got tightened up. They're mad. Like, why would you take that one thing from
Pornhub is doing.
It's only going to make things worse.
Right. Worse. Next, we got Joe Biden announced that he'll be naming a chief prosecutor for pandemic fraud. That's the PPP loans. And, a lot of businesses and a lot of people pretty much filed those fraudulently. And he's saying he's naming like a special person that's going to have a division, offices, people, staff. That is their main focus, is to go after these people. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
Go for the bait.
We'll see. I don't. There's so much other things that they could be worried about and putting time into. This is what you choose. All right.
He said billions of dollars was taken in fraud. Like people, and it kind of like, did we really expect anything less from humans though? Like you said, hey, we got free money for anybody who need it. There's gonna be a lot of people in the line who don't really need it. You know, that's just what it is. But next we have Disney Plus have announced that they'll be releasing a new and cheaper ad-based tier to their streaming platform. So they will be adding ads and offering the same services with ads for a cheaper price for, they're trying to get the people who they ain't got yet.
Gotcha.
And, a lot of people have been saying that Disney Plus is kind of like one of those things that you just don't need constantly. Because like once you get it and, watch this, it's not like they, pumping out so much new stuff that you can just browse and, So now they having that cheaper option for people. But speaking of Disney Plus, Jessica got me hip to this movie, Free Guy. And I suggest everybody watch it on Disney Plus. It's Ryan Reynolds, right? Is that him?
I love Ryan
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Me too.
yeah, it's a good movie. It could be a family movie. It could be an adult movie. It's not like a, it's pretty much he is a video game character and kind of like a Grand Theft Auto type movie. And he realized that, he's alive. He's a person. He have, and he have goals, dreams, and all this type of stuff. And it's a lot of other stories in the movie, but I recommend that to everybody to check that out. It was really a surprisingly good movie.
I don't know about a family movie. Maybe kids that's like 10 and up.
Okay. That's fair.
That movie. Not so much violence though, but that cussing, I'm like, really, y'all?
Yeah, you're right.
I was say because Ryan Reynolds is known for a lot of cuss words. Like I don't see it being very mild. Okay.
Exactly. Especially if you watch like Deadpool, you know that he
exactly. And that's exactly what I thought about.
But yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
I have to watch it. I've been purposely skipping it. Sorry.
Yeah, you should check it out.
You watch it. When I noticed that it was Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta check it out. And I started in love with it. I watched it twice in one day, and then I made Chris watch it with me. So
okay.
All right. So did y'all know that some restaurants take EBT as a form of payment?
No.
So
right.
It's 6
I didn't know that either.
Yes, it's 6 states in the United States to where SNAP benefits are used for meals. It's like, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, all that type of stuff. Arizona, California, Maryland, Michigan, Rhode Island, and Virginia. I was just scrolling through like some news to see, to find some interesting stuff. And I was like, what? Like, I did not know, like they really taking a food stamp card and saying, let me get a number 9 ranch tomato sauce. Like, they really do it. Like,
my first thought is they're not gonna stop until we all roly polies.
Right. Like that movie.
Extra obese. But then if you look at it on the side of a person that needs that financial help, I remember, my mom was on food stamps, and I remember wanting to go to McDonald's but couldn't go because she had a budget, but she had food stamps and she would make McDonald's at home. So now all these kids can have McDonald's. So it's
the fear for me is like the ones who will only use it for McDonald's now.
And that's gonna happen.
To where like your kids are eating McDonald's every day now. That's the extreme. That's probably not most people, but I could that's pretty tempting to have an EBT card and say you can just go through a drive-through now. Like, can you go to Starbucks?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A?
Right.
If so, this is my lunch card now for when I'm at work. This
exactly. You don't need to buy food at that point. Yeah.
Right. So that's that. Our next story we have. So pretty much across the country, mask requirements are dropping. And that's like in theaters. Yeah, theaters, restaurants, schools, most jobs, stores. Do anybody have, Michelle, what you got to say about that?
Nothing. That's scary. I don't know. And maybe because I haven't been outside much, and I'm still working from home. Hasn't much changed, but I don't want to let go of the mask. I'm not ready. And my face feels naked when I go outside without a mask.
Exactly. I was telling Jessica because we went to, I ran into Hobby Lobby today, and I was like the only one in there with a mask on. I'm like, I feel like now I'm like, people looking at me like, what's wrong?
The weirdo.
But it's like, yeah, but it's like, you can't be too safe. Like, and then even today, I ran into CVS and Walgreens, and I'm like, if anywhere, like a place like that, to where some people are going in to get checked to see if they have COVID, I should be wearing a mask there, at least, like, I could walk past somebody with COVID, like I should have, but yeah, that was just something. Jessica, you got something to say about that, about schools maybe, I'm asking?
I don't know. I feel like we always do it too soon. They remove the restrictions of these masks too soon. It makes you know it's going to be another wave.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a situation that I just can't wait till it's over. Right. Basically.
Me too.
Well, speaking about waiting until it's over, Kanye and Kim Kardashian are officially divorced. Kanye, so Kanye been harassing Pete Davidson, Kim K's and boo on social media. He is a straight psycho towards this man. So he released a new
When you in
song.
love.
He
That's what
released
you do when you in love.
he released a new
You love
song.
that girl.
Did you see the clips, like the blog sharing his new song?
I refuse to do anything that has Kanye West in it because I just can't no more.
Well, he got
a plane crash, and I just can't do it no more. It's too, the anticipation is just killing me.
Yeah, the video is different than anything he ever did. It's like a claymation, kind of like that cartoon kind of claymation, and he is in the video depicting himself kidnapping Pete Davidson, tying him up, putting a bag on his head, burying him alive, and planting roses in his head that end up sprouting and growing, and he making all these threats of killing him, and all this type of stuff in the song. And people like, oh, like this is cyber bullying. Like this is what you're doing. Like, even with Kim Kardashian, it's like people keep kind of supporting Kanye, and it's like, I don't know. I was listening to somebody, I forget who it was, but they said the worst thing that you can call a person who needs mental help is a genius. Like that's the worst thing you can call them, because he can't see the error of his ways and he don't want to. And whenever he says something,
God complex now.
Yeah, because whenever he says something, it's so many.
It's real.
And he's a billionaire. Like he can't be controlled by anybody. And
right.
He is torturing these people, and we just watching. Like, what is going on?
You know what's funny? When you were saying all that stuff, I was thinking like, that's how Tupac would have been when hit him up. He had no. Like people with money, like, what are you doing? This is what you use your money on to bully people up right now. They ain't up, but they hit them up in 2000.
Right.
He's not even saying that, is he? Is he even replying? Is he even doing anything?
Pete Davidson have not said a word.
I don't think he said, but would he though? I probably wouldn't say anything back to Kanye either. Either A, out of fear, or B, like, exactly. He's obviously got something going on.
Yeah, and it's better just to be quiet, let him tire himself out.
Basically,
that's exactly right.
No, he need a what's it called? A tranquilizer. You put him down for a couple of days.
And the thing, like, Kanye is relatively young. Like, he could be this person on this earth causing all this trouble for like another 40 years. Like, like
I don't see him making it that long.
No.
The way he going,
he gonna sit down. Yeah.
I see tragedy coming for him.
Oh goodness.
I really do.
Well, let's send Kanye healing energy and hope that
this is send him good praises and vibes.
And for our last story,
anybody else like you reaching through these stories, or I don't think you normally do this. Do you reach fast forward through the stories?
Yeah, that's the point.
I thought it was going a little fast, but I was like, I'm just gonna answer his questions.
But that's
are we not entertaining enough, Chris?
But that's the hot topic bus.
It's supposed to be hot and quick.
Yeah. You're getting hot topics. It's only supposed to be like 10 to 15 minutes. We already at 13, and I want to make sure we get the next story. But and the reason you might feel that way, because the last episode was different. It was the whole show was hot topics, but so we had a long.
I understand that. Look, I'm a fan of Inspired Chats, and I know that these interviews and these talks don't be going this fast.
I promise you, after this next story, it's gonna slow down.
Oh, okay. So you're admitting that you were rushing us.
That's the point of Hot Topics Bus. I got to rush it. Okay. Like, first of all, hold on, pause the tape. I sent you the notes. We giving quick reactions to stuff.
Look, it did say that. It did say quick. You did. I'm sorry. You did say that.
But anyway,
I didn't know it was going to be that quick either, Jay.
Sorry. But this is the last one. Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan are set to star and produce the I Am Legend sequel. Have y'all heard that? Yeah, I Am Legend sequel. It'll be produced and starring Will Smith and Michael B. I guess they both will be producing and they both will be starring in it.
They can keep Michael B. out of that.
Right. I mean, or just do Michael B. I don't know.
No.
No.
Just let Will handle it. No.
Yeah.
He's fine, but I'm not a fan of his work.
Okay.
Yeah. He losing me too now.
Yeah.
My thing is, who asked for a sequel? Did anybody feel like they didn't get enough from the sequel?
Me? I want to see a sequel. I definitely want to see a sequel, but yeah.
We'll be left on a good note. Look, I watched it one
But it
time.
has been a long time.
Yeah, I watched it one time. I don't do zombies. I don't do aliens. But I watched it one time because it's going to happen. Y'all prepare yourselves.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Didn't Will Smith die in the first one?
Well.
Oh, yeah, he did. He got blew up.
I wonder how they're going to do it. Maybe it's like a before.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I don't know. It sounds like Michael B will be the main person and Will Smith will be like in a vision or something. Like, I don't know.
It sounds like they don't need to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you now, Jay. You're right. That ending was the end.
Let it go.
Yeah. That kind of just got released, I think earlier today. But with that is our Hot Topics bus. So let's jump into this first topic. We're going to slow it down for everybody. Let's talk about some things that happened in a TV show that we loved or liked that just completely ruined the show for us. And that could be a range of things. So do anybody want to start? Because I can start if y'all want me to.
I'll start.
Go ahead, Beth.
You sure?
No, go. Yeah.
When I think of that, one thing come to mind is I hate like so my first thought comes to Paw Patrol.
Oh God. What can possibly keep you off of Paw Patrol?
Look, I love Paw Patrol, and then they start changing the writer's voice, and I'm like, I know that ain't right.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to blame me. I know that's not right. Like, we not dumb.
You know what? I'm gonna keep. I see your Paw Patrol, and I raise you Bubble Guppies because they never got into or explained what Millie's race was. And I know that's a silly reason to do that with a show, but everybody else had a thing. Gobi was the black boy, Uma was the Asian girl, Gil was white, and Nani was like, he was a little different. He was redhead. Everybody had their thing, but they never explained what she was.
This little tan girl with pink hair. Was she like a Nicki Minaj spinoff? Was like
I'm like, is she Indian? Is she biracial? Like, what is she?
Yeah.
You could put her in one of those categories since they were not represented by the others.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But but I got one more, then we're gonna let the show go. Okay. I got a few more, but I'm gonna just say this one. America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Seeing Tyra Banks torture them girls for weeks, that turned me completely off from America's Next Top Model. If somebody come in, like somebody be like, I'm a Christian, Tyra, and I really want to stay true to my Baptist beliefs. And then the next week, she got to be butt-ass naked, holding a snake and a poison apple in the garden to eat it. Like,
horns coming out of her head.
With horns coming out of her head, yes. Like, and then let you be a girl. Let you be a girl like your hair going all the way down your back. You take such pride in your hair. You love your hair. Your hair is your thing. That's your symbol. She's shaving you bald the next week.
Bald.
Yeah.
It was just mean. Like, I could not watch it after I realized what type of person she was for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that still on?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is it just?
I think they went they went somewhere else now. Like,
they tried to change it up.
Still on, yeah.
Oh yeah, they did. They did go to either UK or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they were mean, but it was so good. I used to love that show.
The drama was just so excited.
I got another one here. SpongeBob. I'm gonna keep it. This is my last cartoon I got. But,
SpongeBob.
You got SpongeBob?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us then.
I didn't appreciate how after a while SpongeBob just got so violent.
Yeah.
Like he was so violent. Not with him per se, but like when stuff happened to Patrick, it was like unnecessary. Like, okay, in the beginning he'll get hit in the head with a coconut. Yeah. Now Patrick get like chopped up in pieces, like stuff like that. Like it was just so gruesome without the blood. But it's like, why are you so violent now?
Yeah. It was super.
I didn't know that change in it.
Yeah.
It was super weird. It got super aggressive. And it was just
there you
like,
go. That's a good word.
And it was just like creepy and weird animations. It was like Jessica said, like it's one thing, like, you know, Squidward like get his head like clocking with a coconut. Now y'all like ripping people's skin off.
Yeah,
like that.
Like
is
Ren and Snip.
Stimpy, yeah, yep.
That's all it is. It's like that violence, Mike. And I'm like, I can't no more. I can't.
Yeah. Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They killed it.
I'll tell you my general thing that I hate, and that I didn't even think about cartoon shows, but in cartoons too, when they switch out the characters, like nobody's gonna notice.
Yeah.
And they don't give an explanation. I need the character to be properly written out and replaced.
Please.
I can't see that. Okay, Family Matters, when the little sister disappeared, that bothers. You can't have stuff that I'm invested in this family.
Exactly.
And the characters disappear. Or the classic Will Smith, the Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
She's a totally different person. I can't get with stuff like that. I need it to be properly written.
And y'all didn't even try. Y'all didn't explain it. And these people, like especially with Family Matters, Judy, just disappeared. Just the next season. We got 2 kids, and we're not going to even touch on what happened. Like,
or we got 3 kids, or mention her or nothing. She never happened.
Like what? And
how about when the aunt disappeared and AJ, what's his name?
Richie.
He was just there, but the aunt wasn't there. Like she went with her son. Like, where's your mom?
Yeah. Rachel disappeared for seasons, and Richie stayed with the family.
Yes.
Yes, she did.
Remember, she had a restaurant and everything that they were still going to, but she didn't live there. She just dipped.
Yeah.
She just left.
You can't play with that now. The internet will tear you apart and your show will be done. You can't do that.
Yeah. But that's when they was putting out so much content back to back to back when it was fresh. You didn't really notice that stuff at the time. Like, not really. Like, it takes so long for you to notice it. I mean, like, it takes.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Now looking back, like you wait for episodes, like especially when they go on break and they come back, they're like, oh yeah.
Because the first time it's like, I ain't seen Rachel in the. Oh yeah, they did say she was out of town. Okay, and then after a while, it's like she still ain't back. Like then they get on to the next season, and you didn't forgot about her. And then now they're talking about her coming to see Richie for Christmas. It's like, oh yeah, where is his mom at? You know, like, where is his mom?
But do you honestly think they can get away with that in any of today's shows?
Not really. No, because it was that happened before, Jessica. Was it Scandal? What show was we watching? It was something like that to where somebody did disappear. I can't remember who it was. Where was it Jake? No, it wasn't Jake. I can't remember. But they can try it, but it's immediately called out. Like you can't.
Somebody gonna call it out.
Yeah, immediately.
They're gonna get your show canceled. Don't mess with it.
I got another one. Yeah, it's a reality show. The Flavor of Love. When he broke New York's heart and did not choose her, and they just used her for ratings. I did not watch the next season of Flavor of Love. I was done with Flav because you brought her back to use her. Everybody was watching. This was like the highest viewed show at the time ever, and you used her. You fueled her up. She here embarrassing herself, calling everybody bitches, talking about their mamas and all this type of stuff, and got everybody watching. And then you didn't.
She wasn't mad though.
Huh?
She wasn't mad though.
I don't care. Do I look like I care?
Yes, you do. Look at
her. She did.
You didn't have to do her like that.
I didn't think about it like that.
He didn't have to do her like they used her for views and to make some money.
Yeah.
And they knew that probably the whole time. He probably knew the entire time he was not gonna pick her.
Pick her, yeah.
He knew
they
it.
probably told her not to. They probably told him not to.
Yeah.
Really? For the drama of the show, you think?
Yep.
To get people to watch the reunion.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably all part of the thing in the back.
I watched it all.
What'd you say?
I watched every episode. I said, well, it worked because I watched it all, every episode.
Right.
I
never will go back to having to wait for episodes to come out. I don't ever want to do that again.
Oh my God.
Just give me the whole damn season and let's call it a day.
Not about that life.
And it's on
Let me watch it at my movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I got one more. I thought you was gonna say it, Jessica. Do you got another one?
Hold on, what I say so far? Oh, the Good Girls?
Yes.
You can do Good Girls.
Good Girls. So anybody who know Good Girls, Good Girls is where? Where can they watch Good Girls?
Netflix.
Okay, yeah, it's on Netflix. And the character Rio, which is Elizabeth's kind of like her little bad boy love interest, whatever. He killed somebody on that show. She was so innocent, pure, just a good person. He did not have to kill her. And I feel like whoever wrote that in, like, it was so out of character, I felt, for the show.
It was so okay.
So that like turned me off from the show. And sometimes like Jessica watching, sometimes I can like, I peek and I try to get, but I just cannot forgive him. I cannot forgive him. And I promise you, I'm so serious. Like I tried a couple times trying to bounce back into it, get back in the groove. Then I remember what he did. And it's like, I cannot move on from that. I refuse.
Did it change his character in the show altogether, or that's just one thing that he did for that one episode?
It's one. Well, he's killed people on the show before, but when he killed her, it was the one time that it wasn't for any gain. You didn't have to do it. You gained nothing from killing her. It was just like once you did that, you became a murderer. Before, like to me, like you was just a gangster and you had to do what you had to do to survive and to make shit happen. That's not what this was. Like you killed that girl to prove a point. Like that wasn't, it was, and I don't forgive him.
It was so vicious too. I remember me and Chris like was watching it. We've been watching it. And when it happened, like we just gasped. It was like, he really just killed her? Like, why? It just got so depressing after that. Yeah, because Jessica, you got me hip to the show, and then like once it happened, I was so broken from it that like she kind of apologized, like, I'm sorry, like I did. I'm sorry, I did not know they was gonna do that. That was horrible. Yeah, so let us know in the comments any TV shows that may have changed your whole view by anything that has happened in it, like whether it's a death, whether it's a, like Michelle said, like if you just write off, don't even write off a character just disappear and we just don't talk about it, we don't address it, and I meant to say Blue's Clues. I meant to add that in there. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Number one. You're right. That was never the same.
So
I don't know. Thing, we got to be adults by that time, but either way, it wasn't the same with Steve left.
It wasn't the same because it was kind of like how you said, like they kind of tried to explain it, but when they explained it, they was talking to like the 4 or 5-year-olds who was watching it currently, and not the older kids who would still come in and check in. That wasn't good enough for us.
It was not.
Steve's gonna go to college. This is Joe. Bye. Like what? What? Who is this? In my house. It's like you let a stranger in your house. Like I don't know Joe. Why gotta let Joe teach my kids? I don't know what kind of potty mouth. I don't know where he come from. What side of town he from? Exactly. Like, this is too much. It's too much. Let me see. We got another topic here. So let's talk. So y'all been seeing like the 10-year challenge, like people been doing pictures and stuff like that of what, but I wanted to kind of, where they share a picture of themselves 10 years ago and then them today. So I kind of wanted to take that and turn that into a topic. So let's just chat about, because we've known each other for over 10 years. So let's talk about how do we feel like we have grown, changed, or whatever in those 10 years? And we could even comment about each other. And we could keep it, keep it positive, no shade, y'all, because I can't take too much. Notice that I just can't take it. Don't tell me you used to be so cool, man.
So cool, man.
Let me see. How have we changed? I think for me, I'm more aware of myself. That's the one thing I've noticed, because before I wasn't aware of myself and didn't really care, which came off as like me being like a jerk or like an asshole in a way, because I didn't realize how I was talking to people and how I was treating people. And it came off as that either I didn't care about them or I was just a jerk. Like sometimes I would see it, like I would try to be funny, but it might come off as like super insensitive. And it's just like, I'm more aware of that, of what I say and how I say it. That's like one thing that I've noticed I changed in 10 years.
I think I've been the same person this whole time.
I'm still real.
I just been real. I just been me. Yeah.
Out of all 10 years?
Yeah.
Well, how about this? How about I just give a brief explanation to how you were 10 years ago and people can decide if that's still you today?
Of course.
Okay. She was a gangster. She was a thug. She wore hoodies.
I still am.
She was, you was not, them kids softened you up.
I was saying, they was hardcore.
Yeah.
She was tough. Thug life for life.
Yeah. I learned that I wasn't not so much a gangster when I had my 6-year-old.
Yeah.
He just basically just be, talking to me kind of way he want to, and I just don't even flinch no more. So I gave up being a gangster. It's just not for me. I met my match, so I think I'm just gonna stay in my lane for now.
That is crazy. Sho, you should to see Carver, he is just such a boss for real. Yeah, and it's not like in a disrespectful kind of way. It's just his presence will be felt in this room kind of thing. Mm-hmm. He will sometimes snap, raise his voice. Sometimes I work nights. And he told me, one time I was in the room getting ready, he laid on my side of the bed, he comfortable and all of that. And he told me, he said, "Daddy, this is my side of the bed now." Straight to my face, dead serious, this is prison rules. This is my side of the bed.
I love it.
And
I love it. I always think Carver he's going to be the coolest adult. I cannot wait. Yeah. He's going to be the coolest.
Carver.
But
yeah, I think I was really, really angry back then. I think I had I was cool, I was funny, but I had a lot of anger in me too. You know what I mean? And I feel like I toned a lot of that down where the smallest things didn't bother me. Now they don't because just recently, Carver almost got me killed because he told me somebody called him stupid at a park, and then I walk up to the little girl and stuff like that. I can remind myself, you're an adult now. You can't be walking up with somebody else's kid hey, you call my son retarded. My son's stupid. Who is you? And she was so scared, and I didn't even realize that demeanor. You had this woman coming up where her kids are talking. Come on, y'all. Who is it? Point them out. Who said it?
You got one now.
Yeah, I slipped back. I had to slip back. But I understand, just living your life to the fullest each day you can. Being happy in it, gracing in the day that you are above the ground. I think that is something that definitely changed in me.
Yeah.
In these years.
Yeah. That I agree with. I'll have to say for me, it's just realizing that you have really the mindset to determine the world that you have. No matter what cards you dealt, you truly have a mindset to determine if that's a good life or if that's a bad life. So you really have a good life at any time as long as your mindset is in the right spot. That's one thing I've definitely worked on in the past 10 years is making sure my mindset is in a good spot so I can grow and I can be, helpful to the people around me and I'm not causing harm and I still get to experience the fun things that I want to do. So I definitely am excited about the past 10 years of growth. I'm much calmer now. You're right. Kids will calm you the hell out. They will chill you down. Like I'm chill.
Yeah.
No trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Kids will do that to you.
Definitely. I know another one for me, the drinking.
Yeah.
I used to get told down sometimes. Like and just overall, just like what I want to do for fun. Like it's definitely, I've definitely learned, I think we have learned moderation. Like to where it's been times to where like I don't drink to get drunk. Like I don't, I've got more impulse control. And I just overall, just to put one thing on, I'm just a less toxic, more healthy person. I want to be a good person now. That just was not something that crossed my mind like back then,
Or someone making you genuinely want to do that for yourself.
Yeah. And what I want to say, it just left my mind. What was I about to say?
I got one last one.
Okay, I got it. And like how another thing, like how you want your life to go. Like when we was younger, you had a certain way you want your life to go, how you're gonna live your life. And then as you grow up, you learn like, life gonna give you what it's gonna give you. And you just gotta learn how to cope with it. Like you ain't gotta be like everybody else and like, you know what I'm saying? You can do you and still be happy, without like criticism or worry about what everybody else feel you should do or not do or live your life how you want to live it. Like a lot of that change when you give up what society expects from you. Like that is a huge weight off your shoulder. So I have learned that like to like just do you, like you have to find your happiness, you have to create that happiness.
That is 100%
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what, babe?
That's 100% true.
Is that the free inspiration?
No, we got something else, but that
okay. Put my name on it. Okay, we'll talk about it.
No, sorry, no. Let's see. I had one more, and it was like a little bit. Let me see. It was like because I had some positive ones, so this one is like a little bit less. It's not really positive or negative, but let me know what y'all think about it. I feel like now more than ever, I'm like a little bit more detached from people.
You're a little bit what?
I'm more detached from people.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'm into myself now more than I ever have. Like I'm not like into myself, but like as far as like I'm in my head more than I'm actually like actually wanting to get to know people and make friends and like it's kind of like about me now in here. And that back then I was super social, wanted to go everywhere and wanted to talk to everybody. And I used to always say like the human brain just conversating with somebody you don't know why do they think this way? How do they, what happens? I wanted to learn people. That's not really, I'm way less of that today.
It's because the world just disappoints you.
Yeah.
People just disappoint you. Like they don't give you what you give them, or they just not the type of people you like to be around, like, or do the things that you used to like to do. Like, yeah, it was fun sitting around talking about people, but in the end, why am I sitting around talking about people? Like,
right.
what does that do for me?
Right.
Instead of talking about it, let's help these people. Like, that's stuff like that. It's just not fun no more. When you grow up and really have a whole mindset of I'm doing something different. I'm trying to build an empire. I'm trying to build financial, wealth. Like I don't have time to just be leisure, basically. You know what I mean? If I am gonna be leisure, I'm gonna be with somebody that I love and that truly love me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know me now. I pretty much every minute of my life I have to be productive in some way. Like it's hard for me. And it's hard for me just to stand here and do nothing. Like,
Yeah.
even if I'm just like, we just, in the kitchen talking or something, I'm about to wipe this down, clean this, do that, take this, like, I have to do something and it's a blessing and a curse,
Yeah.
but it's like, I gotta be doing something. Like,
how come when the dog is like whining though, you don't feel like,
oh, he's not my
okay.
He's not
Okay.
my dog.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because okay.
no. That's different. That's different.
Anybody want a beagle?
Beagle
Can you
for
put the
sale.
picture right here? Can you put it down here?
But,
Put
right here.
Let's see. All right. So a teacher's sex tape with her boyfriend gets airdropped to over 200 students at Gen Academy in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay.
Oh, Cleveland.
And because I did some investigation research. I did. It's a high school.
Yeah.
And the teacher, which they have not released in her name, but if you just probably do a quick Google search, you can probably see the video because it's 200 high schoolers. It's on the internet now. All you gotta do is put in the school's name, teacher, airdrop, you're gonna find it. But I'm not suggesting y'all do it, but she has been suspended. And so a police report was filed by the principal. A student allegedly hacked her phone. And the parent council, like pretty much, I forget what it's called, but the group of parents, like the PTA, they are outraged, and they said they don't care if it was a mistake or not. The video shouldn't have been there and accessible to children in any form.
They say her video shouldn't have been in her phone.
They're saying it should have been protected better because even though it was in your phone, the kids, they had access to it. They accessed it. So you left it in a way to where it was accessed by children. This is what the parents saying.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So okay. They're saying, okay, how did the kids get access of this? Like, the teacher.
Yeah, they're saying that the student, like that some students must have hacked her phone. It's still an investigation. We don't know if she was in the bathroom and somebody punched in her lock code after they watched it, went through stuff. Like they don't know that yet, but she's saying the only way they could have accessed it is through a hack. Like if somebody was to plug a USB into her phone or was to do it somehow by finding her cloud or something, I don't know. But in the video, it depicts her and her boyfriend doing several sexual acts. Let me see. And before
I wouldn't even there. They wouldn't even have to suspend me because I'm not coming back.
Who could?
I'm just not coming back.
I'm coming back. Y'all, look, you searched something, you found it, now what? Now let's discuss this. You want to know what position it was? That's how you learn.
So the parents is adamant. The parents are saying they want her fired. They want her done because it's kind of like, think about like a child endangerment. You might not agree with how, but she had something that could have been toxic to their children and somehow they accessed it. But anyway, let me move on with some more details.
To the children, they have it on their own phone at their own house that's accessible to their own children that their own children probably saw on their phone already.
Right.
So
that's unrealistic for anybody.
You got more to say about the story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Questions.
Okay, so next, let me see what we got here. So the incident is being investigated. The Cleveland Teachers Union seemed to have her back though. They saying that they released a statement saying that they have a process and they have decorum and they will work with her through that process. They saying they're not about to answer y'all questions. They don't owe y'all no terminations. Let their process play out. Because this is like a new thing because it's not like she literally, I mean, it depends how you want to look at it because the teachers union is saying it's not like she literally left porn on the table for the kids to see, but the parents are saying she literally did leave porn in her phone on the table for kids to see. So this just opens up the question to, is making porn in your personal life a fireable offense for any job? How do we feel this situation should be handled?
I got questions.
Tricky.
You got questions?
My first question is, what kids she been talking to for them to be that curious to look into her phone? Like, I ain't never just looked at a teacher or, or anybody's phone. If you left your phone sitting out, my first thing is like, I want to be on your sex tape. Like, what made that child want to look for that like that? Like, what? Something going on with that teacher, them kids. Something got to be going on with them teaching that kid.
That is
and my second thing is, this her phone, like not her work phone, right? It was her personal phone. Like Mike said, it's too much porn out here already. These kids ain't shocked. I mean, ain't nobody scarred. They already know what it is.
I mean, she at bare minimum, she cannot return to the school though, whether it's her fault that this happened or not.
I agree. The kids will have, I'm sure, have lost all respect for her as a teacher at this point.
Or they might like her.
Which is still inappropriate.
Like, what are you doing? You never know. It's a school for boys, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's even worse.
I forgot to mention that.
I forgot to mention that.
All boys school. Come on,
can't
Mike.
Go back.
No, she can't with them kids. How did they just find that? How you just stumble upon that?
But the thing is, though,
that's interesting.
The reason this story is a little different.
If I did something like that, that's hard to say because that is in her personal life. But you also got to think that this is a job, and that comes with being a representation of your job. And if you got a negative life.
I used to work at the YMCA and go to the liquor store after work every day with my wife here.
Now,
I was off the clock. I am an adult. I was legally allowed to drink. Respect.
I remember I was talking to you about it. I'm not saying that no teacher, like, it'll be different because pretty much with the teachers union, this is like a new thing for them. Like, they do have a protocol in place for what to do and how to handle a situation if they found out, like, say, a teacher has an OnlyFans or a teacher is uploading sexy pictures to Facebook or whatever. But they're kind of scrambling at what to do when a person's privacy is hacked and then released because according to the parents and like the administration, it's like, so are you saying as a teacher, I'm not allowed now in any capacity to take a picture of myself or to record myself having sex? Yeah. And that is kind of where the debate is at. I know for me, I would rather my kids' teachers not make porn. But
it's not porn. She having sex with her boyfriend. Why is that porn?
Because she recorded it.
That's going to be classified porn.
Like, what are we in the 90s? Like, who recorded? Who do that? Like, why are you recording yourself? You must be.
I don't know, but I'm gonna do some more investigation because I want to know who these people is, what they look like, what was the video, was it really shocking? Like, what if this is like some tame little, like they was in a tub and you couldn't really see nothing? That's different between like if it was like real graphic, well lit, like they might be blowing this whole thing out of proportion.
That's not fair, Chris, because these celebrities drop sex tapes all the time. Their job is to be celebrities. Their job is in the public, and they always doing nudes and sex tapes, and they don't get fired. They still walking around here.
And they more of an influence on the children than the teacher.
That is true.
So
check it by head.
It was just it's an interesting story because it got released from no fault of her own. Like she didn't. And we don't know how old this is. Like, what if this is like an old video in her Dropbox from 10 years ago?
Gotta be.
And that, like, now if this is something this is what she do, like she did this video last weekend and this, like she just got, it's full of like stuff like that. Okay, maybe, but like, I don't know. I don't know enough about the story. All I know is that this is Cleveland. It's an all boys school. And I assume most of the people is Black in this situation.
I was about to ask that. Huh? It was allowed. I was about to ask that, like, oh, is she,
yeah.
I love it.
I was gonna ask, but I ain't gonna offend nobody.
And it depends on how. It also depends on how graphic the video was too. For me.
What are you bothered by? You bothered by a woman that loves her man and has sex that's natural. Sex is natural. That's what we do. That's how them kids got here. Your parents had sex. That's just what happened.
Yeah.
And what's she wrong at?
I'm not in the camp of just being outraged and she should be fired. I'm just saying this is a new kind of gray area, and we all have to decide, like, what do you do in these situations? What I do stand firm on is that she cannot return back to that school or probably any other school, probably for a little while. But that don't mean that she might not ever be able to return. Well, I ain't gonna say ever, but
coming back.
Yeah, and she not right back though.
Yeah, I'm coming right back. I ain't do drugs. I ain't shooting up. I ain't killing nobody. I ain't looking at nobody's butt. Well, I don't know what she did in this video, but
that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
I'm coming right back.
Okay, so would it matter? Okay, so put yourself in the parent's shoes. Your child got the video sent to his phone, and he saw Miss Johnson surfboarding for her boyfriend.
Yep.
You would be okay with Miss Johnson coming back after 2 weeks of suspension?
I'm okay with Miss Johnson, and I'm gonna have a talk with her. Miss Johnson, how did you do that? Where you learn that from?
Whatever.
That's a question.
My son definitely not looking Miss Johnson in the face.
No.
It's not happening.
But okay, Mike, how old is Ian?
He'll be 13 in May, and that would come to trouble.
He already looking at women and undressing them. So what's the difference?
Because it's his teacher now. That's that's crossing the line. Honey. I wouldn't want him to be his teacher anymore. I would feel bad for her, and I would say maybe she needs to go to a different school. But I agree with Chris. He can't come back to that classroom. She can't. She can't.
And it's not her fault.
Anything else or lost respect for her. I guarantee that's gonna be the first thing. They're not gonna see her as a person of authority anymore.
I see you. Okay, yep. I guess I didn't think about it like that. Like she would lose respect. They're gonna be highly disrespectful and distracted probably. So that do make sense.
Yeah. Because like as a teenage boy, if you're 15 years old and you stuck in, like say if you're sitting in this English class and you still, and it's on the internet now because they all sent it to each other, it's everywhere. So you have the video forever. And you look and while you're sitting in class and she teaching to you about the importance of whatever, and you literally have a video of her giving head. You won't respect her in the sense she can't teach, at least not those kids. Now maybe she did get bumped down to like elementary where these kids ain't had access to nothing, but you can't just stay in high school for you. It's gonna be for a while, because even if say next year she started teaching at a different school, ain't that the lady who was in that video? Yeah, I got the video right. Like it's gonna live for a while. But like I said, it's not her fault. It's not her fault though, so I don't think she should just be fired with no pay permanently. We need to do something. Right. Like y'all forcefully retired her for that because the student hacked her stuff. And if I was her, I'm pressing 4 charges on the child who did.
I'm suing.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Mike, you remember in Central Howard with the principal? Remember the principal and the counselor? They was
having that affair.
And then we're like the English teacher, like. And you're right, because the counselor was super cool, so we was all mad. And we was straight, everybody straight disrespected the English teacher.
Exactly. They dogged that man all up in his business when everybody found out. But let me ask you guys this. Do you think that would be the perfect opportunity to kind of change the narrative or change the way that we look at things like that? Because I think we can all agree that is something natural to do. It's not as taboo as it used to be, right?
Yes.
Do you think by having someone like that come back into the classroom and demand the respect of the students, do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's normalizing doing things like that in their eyes? Or do you think that's like I said, an opportunity to change the narrative on how we look at stuff like that? Or does it do more harm?
I think
that's going to be a narrative, because you have to talk to the kids and the parents when you're talking about changing the narrative. It's not just the kids,
Yes.
It's
Yeah, changing the narrative.
But it could be in a good way. It could be like, okay, yeah, y'all saw my tape. Yeah, that's what happened. That is what it is. But turn your books to page 113. Today we're talking about, like, we need to move on from this. We can't.
And I triple dog dare y'all to say something. Yeah, how about that?
we can't just shun a person for something like this happening. We just unteacher her because that happened. Because then now, what are you saying? Because like you said, sex is natural. So the fact that you've seen me have sex, I'm embarrassed, but that's not the end of my career in life because y'all saw that.
Facts.
Especially when it ain't my fault. Now, if y'all slipped upon like a OnlyFans that I had or some old pictures that didn't resurface, that's one thing. But y'all hacked my stuff, exposed it, and now I got to pay a consequence for that. That's not my fault.
Let's be honest. Everybody got something that they got floating around here that they don't want nobody to see.
Nope.
Y'all look, people in glass houses don't even throw styles now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I wouldn't be able. I don't know. That's a tricky thing because I know them kids gonna be wilding. They're not gonna act the same.
Like she's lost the fort. It's over. It's over. And it's not her fault, but we'll keep y'all posted if any more developments come out. We will get ready to wrap this up. Y'all ready for some free inspiration?
Yes. These are my homies. Ain't that what they look like, the emoji? The holy hand.
What? That don't even look natural though, like in real life though, but it's like
no, it
doesn't. That was funny. So a baby walks because a baby is motivated to walk. When a child takes her first steps, it's because she is stood up and surrounded by other people. She's supported, she's cheered on, and she's praised to walk. If she falls, she's instantly helped up and encouraged to continue. In too many cases, this stops at adulthood. So my free inspiration today is let's bring that support back into the mainstream. Let's cheer on our family and friends, attempting some of the most terrifying moments of their life, chasing dreams and goals, even with small tasks where they might just need a little push, a little leg up. And I think we should clap for them. We should stand up for them. We should tell them that they can do it, just like we do that little girl trying to take her first steps. Because how can you expect anybody to walk if they're not lifted up to do so? With that, that is our show, episode 58. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Shelly Beans. Thanks for watching.